Hey guys, we're going to do a quick little video of the strategies that we use when we hide a blind. As you guys can see, I do have a redneck on a trailer behind here. I just pulled that in here a short while ago. I did get a vertical mock scrape. We're sitting here, I think August 13th, 14th, so we're about a month out from season, but we're going to allow this blind to sit here. We've got a Tacticam XB sitting over here, but as I was bringing that blind in here, I knew I wanted to have a really good spot. And as I walked down the main trail here that I thought I was going to get this thing established on, it just didn't make sense. I really wanted to isolate an east wind, so I wanted to be on this side of the trail, but my entry and exit was a huge concern here because typically there are some deer that will bed up in here. And what I end up figuring out is my best bet, at least for a start, is to put that blind right here. The wood lot, it actually cuts through here and then it ends, and you've got some pretty good sized agriculture fields out here, and then back behind it, it actually has a pretty good drop off. So my entry and exit is going to be really good here. I'm just going to be able to either work my way from the north, or potentially I can come in from the south. Depending on what time of the day it is, probably in the evening times, I can probably get in either direction. Morning, I'm probably going to be coming from the north. That way I let those deer come back from the feeding back into the bedding, and that should work out very well. Number two on that is just getting it camouflaged. As you guys can see, it's got a pretty natural look with that ghillie style on there. I did put some branches I cut right around that trailer. Those things will die off during season, but by that time deer should be accustomed to that blind being there. And if there is a new deer that moves through, I've had very few actually really isolate that blind and pick it out. So that's a pretty good strategy in regards to picking out a good location. Is definitely taking your entry, exit, wind, your thermals in consideration, and then also camouflaging that blind in. And then if you are hunting over an agriculture field or any kind of food plot there, you've got to be extremely careful. And I will hardly ever hunt a food source in the mornings. I typically will move in there mid-afternoon, hunt that, but those particular food sources I've actually got blocking in front, whether that be corn that's has been left standing, or if I had to plant switchgrass, or maybe I've just got some tall vegetation I found over the years, allows me to get in and out and works out very well. So it's awesome to set these blinds up. You get super excited on there, but you'll find yourself in a situation where you're in that blind and all of a sudden you got a deer directly behind you, or you got deer blowing before you even get in there. So you really got to be cautious about your entry and exit, and then also the cover of the blinds. But if you can use any kind of a ditch like system or an elevation change to enter and exit that blind, that is so crucial and so beneficial to use. This particular one, it's not going to be over any kind of food source. It's just basically going to be a between bedding and food, and hopefully catching those big mature deer moving through here from food source to bedding this fall. So hopefully this helps you guys out some on identifying and strategically placing your blinds there. And like always, hopefully you guys are getting out there in nature, and best luck on your upcoming hunt.